Hello. Um, this is my fourth painting of my daily painting series, and this is if you haven't watched anything or seen, basically, I'm working on a series of paintings that are inspired by my late husband and I. The ones I'm working on right now, initially, they came from a dream that I had when he first got his cancer diagnosis, but it was reminiscent of who we were when we first started dating. And it just, really showed me the roots of our bond when we were at one of our hardest times. So I'm just trying to paint my way out of grief, and at the same time bring to life, memories of him and I. You'll also see occasionally little kitty cats running around. I have 3 kittens that are progressively getting bigger and bigger every day. They have also been helping me get through stuff. But painting has always been my safe space, my place to go. And it's no different now. In fact, it's even more so. And I doubled up on my grief because I also lost my mother this spring as well as my husband. So I'm just trying to figure it all out at the moment. So this picture, we're looking out over the water. Well, actually, we're kissing, but we were looking out over the water. We're on an evening walk, and each image is from a different aspect of the evening walk. We used to walk every evening after work and just hang out and talk and be together. And this is the 4th one in that series. And I want to go beyond all of that. I want to bring images from just our life, just to keep it all alive to me, but also to keep it alive for my grandchildren and our children. And I'll see where it goes. Talking on these, I always find, they always say it gets easier if you're gonna, sit there and do these videos and just talk to people. But I don't know. So far, it's the hardest part is getting started, of course. And people always say, "Oh, you could write a script," or like that. I'm bad at sort of why write a script. It's not really even about that, because this is much for me, not just memories, but it's helping me process stuff and just talk about things and move forward. As I've said before, this is my own personal art therapy, so if you're watching it, you're sort of on my journey of that. And if anybody else, if it helps anybody else or anybody else can relate and stuff, I hope that other people get things out of it, art or listening to me just ramble on. I don't know. I do, after I do these paintings, if you're not into listening and stuff like that, which is cool, I do speed them up, and when I get the whole thing done, I'll do like a longer version, It's still sped up, but not, only so fast. And usually about 10-15 minutes. And then I'll do a short, which is like a minute and a half, also showing the painting from beginning to end. So you prefer to watch it in that sort of manner? That's groovy too. But this little thing is giving me a place to talk. And my cats only listen so well. I do have a good support team. We have 4 wonderful daughters. I have family around me. But sometimes, I don't know. What I'm exactly seeking, or what it is that I'm hoping to get from this. But when you go through this kind of loss, it gets to a point where, I don't know, I always feel very exposed when I'm doing these a little bit. But it's sort of like, I don't give a shit anymore. I remember when I was going in to give birth to our 4th daughter. And she was on her way for sure. And when we got there, we're in the hospital room, and the nurse hands me, a gown, and she goes, well, you're going to need to get changed, and then whatever. And I wasn't even thinking about it. I just started getting undressed. And she goes, I knew you were ready to give birth because, the doors open, there were people upstairs, because you didn't care. You were just like, let's go. You're ready. And I know that happens in other aspects too, particularly in, the health profession, because you're just like, these people are here to help you. So that's sort of where I am. I'm feeling a little exposed, a little naked to the world, but that's okay. I have nothing to lose here. I've lost the most precious things. No, don't get me wrong. I have grandbabies and daughters. I do not want to lose them. They are extremely precious to me. They do not need to be tested any more than I have been. But the loss of my husband and my mom was just a lot. And the fact that they happened so close. I didn't even ever imagine something like that happening. It was like, being hit by a car, you're sitting in the street, and another car comes and hits you again. And while the whole time you're trying to stay composed and fill out paperwork and do everything that you're supposed to do and function the way you're supposed to function. But I've never functioned the way you're supposed to function. I've always been a little do it my own way sort of person. So here I am. I'm talking and painting and putting myself out there. When before my husband died, he asked me to paint a picture of him. And it was only a few months before he passed that he did ask me to do that. And I painted this picture. And I think not only did he want to be remembered and make sure I had a picture that I painted, because of course we have photos, but there's just something in paintings that you don't get from a photo, and vice versa, I'm sure. But I was surprised how much that painting helped me when he was in the hospital towards the end. he passed away at home in hospice, but before that, he was in the hospital for about a month. And the struggle of that, because I couldn't even stay there at night all the time, because for some of the time he was in a room with someone else, and which is unusual. Most of the hospitals, it's all single rooms, but one floor, and that's where we happened to be. But it was because of his status and the staff and the amount of care he needed. And if it wasn't for an advocate of one nurse, we would have been stuck in that room for the whole time. But we were only in there for half of that time, and we had one nurse that said they need to be alone. They need to have their own space, and she fought for us. And I can't thank her enough for what she did. It meant the world. And it's people like that that make you realize how awesome mankind is. It's beautiful people like that. Sorry, my voice is a little extra scratchy. It's just I'm dealing with a cold, sore throat, on top of everything else, so I get choked up every once in a while. Now, even though, of course, I have lots of photos of us, a lot of what I'm trying to capture are moments that weren't captured, and just times, flashes of our life. There's little times when you don't necessarily even appreciate it or see it, or it's just there and you're just living it. And so that's what I'm sort of bringing those out. My husband Vince and I, when we first met, it was like a whirlwind. We just knew right away. You know, I was moved in a week after we met, and within 2 months, we knew we wanted to have kids and get married. We just knew we needed to be together. We just wanted to be together. And the whole kid thing was funny because we knew we wanted to get married, we wanted to have kids, and we didn't want people to think we were going to get married because we were having kids. So we made a point of letting everybody know ahead of time. Of course, much to the dismay of many people, because it was so fast. But sometimes you just know. And I wasn't the type of person that would sort of jump into that pool. Most of the time, I knew pretty quick that, you know, someone was not for me, you know. And I generally didn't want to waste my time with someone that I didn't sort of see a future with. But when I met Vince, it was just... And it wasn't that I didn't have questions, even myself, but when it came down to it, it just was. It just felt so natural. It just felt right. And it's funny, a lot of times you sit there and you're waiting for that perfect someone to come into your life, and you think you understand it, or how it's going to go, or how you're going to feel. And then when it happens, it's just throws you for your loop. And you see how people act, just crazy in love. But it's really all those hurdles you get through that truly make that love strong. The beginning is beautiful and fun and exciting, but it's all the little things, and the days go on, and time, and every little hurdle you guys get past, and things that you do together that tighten that bond more than anything. And sometimes people don't get past it, but every hurdle you get over, the stronger it makes you. So I'm sort of hoping the same thing now with my grief. I'm hoping that every hurdle I get over, everything that I get past, and everything I get accomplished will help me get past that. So my goal is to do all these paintings and represent our love and our time together. And I'm hoping it'll help me process my grief. Give it a place. Turn my grief into art. I'm accustomed to making things into art, so it just seems right. That's why my husband asked me to paint his picture. Not only did he not want, he wanted to have that there. He wanted it to be here, left as his legacy. But I think he also knew how it would help me. He was really good at reading me. He knew me better than I knew me. And I just want to paint. So I just got this book today, a portfolio that I plan on filling all the pages. And if I fill this, then I will get another one. But I want to, just, I feel by giving myself goals that will help push me along and help me get things done. And because I can, even in the short time, because this part of what I'm doing, the painting, I just started it, right? This series for this, and I'm already happy to have the 3 paintings that I finished, and I've started the 4th. Obviously, I'm working on it right there. And that in itself is motivation. So to move forward and get these done. And I want to do bigger paintings as well. But I like these these are 9x12s. And I like having that, having these done. They're almost like illustrations, these paintings. And I've done some others. Like I said, I did the one that my husband asked was actually a younger picture. I haven't put that up on the... I think there's an image with the cats playing around it when it's partially almost done. But I haven't... I have some final touches I need to put on it. And I'll post the thing. I'll get on that here maybe the next week. I don't know why I'm holding off on it. And then I did post one of my husband where he's holding our orange cat Leonard Skinner, and that is from an image that was about in 2022, so 4 years ago. And those are paintings, so they're a little bit bigger and a little different. And then my daughter has this really huge canvas. I don't remember what the size is. I'm going to have to ask her, but I want to say it's at least 5 feet tall. You know, maybe 4 by 5. I could be wrong, but I want to do a giant painting to do with my husband on that, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put on that yet. But I want to just paint all these paintings. I do want to do one that's his actual size. So he was 6'1", and maybe just, so I need to have a canvas that's that tall so that I can paint a full picture of him and just have that around. I like that idea. And I do. I have so many I want to do. So the only way I'm going to get them done is by giving myself this goal. And I'm starting with these little panels, just fine. And then maybe I'll add on the painting. I'll do some of the bigger ones on here as well. Now, we live in a beach town in Florida. And at the time, Vince and I lived real close to one of the bridges, and often when we were walking, we would end up across the bridge over on beachside, because we were on what you call the riverside, and go over the bridge to go to the barrier island. And this is us looking back from the riverside over the Tomoka River, over the craziness on beachside, which generally we avoided but occasionally we went and we enjoyed the parade. It always gets a little crazy, especially during certain events in our town. We have a few different ones. It's the Daytona Beach area, so we have all the race stuff of the NASCAR. But amongst other, we're a motor town. And we also have Bike Week. So that gets pretty crazy. And Jeep Week, like I said, we're a motor town. But it's all good. If you live here, you appreciate it. It's always fun to see all the bikes and the cars. And most of the time, it has more of a small town, in some ways, vibe to it. It's, nice, because we're not out in the middle of nowhere. So we have, the advantages of that. But at the same time, we're not Orlando or anything. It's crazy. And I grew up right outside Washington, D.C. And I'm happy not to be amongst that, the craziness. It's the same thing. If you're going into Orlando, going on I-4, that sucks. Do not want to drive on I-4 if you can avoid it. sometimes unavoidable, depending on where you're going. But I much prefer being in the smaller areas where you can avoid the craziness of most of the time. But when I was younger, I never thought I'd move to Florida. But my parents retired down here, and I sort of followed them. And I love it down here. It's beautiful. And now, the thought of having a whole cold winter, no thank you. I mean, a little bit if I had a good fire and a place that I could go cuddle up and stuff like that. But day-to-day grind, no. I think the seasonal depression would grab a hold of me. Because even down here, our daughters always made fun of Vince and I because it's just the cold that we get down here. Because it gets cold, and I'm sure you guys would laugh at what I consider cold now. But compared to what we usually have, it gets cold. And I feel like those lizards, they get so cold that they fall out of the trees. I just want to huddle there, and sit in a sunspot, because it is just too much. I am used to the warmth, and don't get me wrong, I can still complain about the sunshine too. I love the sun, but just the heat in general. But most of the year, and even those times when it gets cold, most of the time, it's going to be beautiful. Even those cold times, like during the day, it'd be okay, fine, right? It'd be the evening and at night where, it's getting particularly cold. And yeah, we have cold days, but comparatively, you're going to get sunshine most of the time, which is beautiful. I love a nice subtropical climate. It works for me. I like being able to open up my doors the majority of the year, having my windows open, let my dogs and cats run in and out, have a good time. It's nice. It's to me, that's far preferable than just being closed up and canned air all the time. Which we are. We have AC, and I love my AC. I will definitely pray to the AC gods, don't get me wrong. Okay? That is what allowed us to live in the South. People. Other than just making it a winter destination, was having AC. It just changed the world of Florida for sure. And anybody who wanted to be here. But, and now we all get the advantage of, living in AC in Florida. So we have the advantage and can enjoy the sun and still go in and not die from heat stroke, which is a good thing. I know that Europe was having that big old heat stroke. Well, not heat stroke, but the big where they were hitting records with their heat, and everybody was running to get fans and air conditioning and stuff like that. I was surprised by some of the things that I was hearing. I want to say it was like Switzerland or one of those countries. I'm not sure. Anyway, that Switzerland or the Netherlands, I'm not sure, that you had to get medical permission to get an air conditioner. I was like, okay, I don't think so. Isn't that like a choice? That you get to have them. And that's when I go, yes, thank you. Very happy to be in America. Very happy to be in Florida, where I get to make that choice whether or not I have an air conditioner or not. I don't need someone else making that decision for me. Having to have a medical condition to have that. Do you think that you might get a medical condition if you're sitting there frying in your house? And the problem is, some of those people that really get affected by it, they don't even realize how much they're being affected by it. They just sit there like in the frogs that you put into the cold pot of water and slowly heat them up until, too late, they're dead. Well, it's the same thing with people sometimes when it comes to heat stroke. They just sit there and don't realize how much it's affecting them. And next thing you know, they're like, sick or dying. Now, you have your animals, you need to be careful. We have dogs. As long as they have a shady, good place to go, they can even go outside. But you need to be careful if they're, if they're not doing that, then you got to make sure you get them inside and get them cooled down. We have big dogs, and we've always dealt with it, and they go outside in the summertime, but they either come in or they have plenty of places to get out of the sun, nice, cool, shady places, and water for them. I'm getting closer here to the end of... This is just stage 1, okay? So, even though I'm doing daily painting, I say daily painting, it's not a daily painting. It's just I'm painting daily, okay? And it's just a discipline that I'm trying to work on at the moment. And so, this is part 1 of the 4th painting. And I'll actually work on part 2 this evening. So maybe I'll finish the painting tonight. I don't know till I get in it. What I do as the discipline goes, because I'm trying to little things. I'm just taking little steps to sort of make myself progress forward as I'm dealing with stuff. Is I said, okay, well, I'll paint at least 5 minutes a day. But once you get that hurdle, once you just start and get there, I have not. I think the least amount of time I painted was 15 minutes. And the only reason I stopped at 15 minutes then was because I was done with the painting. So, most of them are at least a half hour. This one is about 38 minutes. So, I'm getting these sessions in, and it's... If I do that, it's like anything, exercise or anything. The more I do it, the more I'm going to accomplish, and the better I'm going to get. I also injured my hand right after my husband passed. Animals grieve too, which I have to say, it's good. It's important to pay attention to that. All the dogs absolutely love my husband, and we have one dog that she's old and stuff like that, and she most of the time she's fine, but if she's going through stuff, she just gets whatever. And so she went after my other dog, and I don't know what I was thinking. I just put my hand in the wrong place when we were trying to get them apart, and I knew better. But me, myself, my own mindset, because it really was the week after my husband passed, I got bit. My hand got all bit up, and I was worried because it was my right hand, of course, and that's what I paint with. This would, like most people, I am not left-handed. So I've worked my way back in this short period of time. I've really done great healing, because at first they were thinking I was going to have a lot less movement in some of my fingers. There was going to be more compromise and more nerve damage. But I am lucky that that is not true. That there's a little, like I still have occasionally a little numbness here and there. And, like one of my fingers doesn't bend completely or whatever. The biggest thing now is like fatigue and holding my breath as steady as I did once. So that I sort of need to work that back up again. And the only way I'm going to do that is by painting. And I do hand exercises as well, but that's what I need to do, and I can notice it in my handwriting as well. It's just not. I don't have the same steadiness as I once did. But since I've been back doing the stuff, I'm definitely better than I was when I first started. When I first started writing, this is after, there was a big difference in it. So the fact that it's back to pretty much what it was, I'm grateful, and that I'm able to do this, and so I just want to continue that. I have a lot of things I want to get done, and I don't want to be stopped because of some sort of physical ailment, if I can avoid it. And so when my hand was bit, it was I don't know, like one more thing on top of everything else. So I was walking around with a bandage on my hand for about a month after, and it was not fun. But the dogs never had another incident after that. It's important just to take your time with them and make sure you do extra things for them, like take them for drives, take them for walks, get their energy going, pay attention to them, because they miss people too, and they grieve, and they're animals. They're not people. They cannot communicating with you. You have to sit there and step in. Particularly with dogs. I mean, cats, you know how they are. We did our one orange cat that was particularly fond of my husband. He did not come in for a couple months after he passed, and it wasn't until it was raining really hard and we went and got him and brought him inside, and now he's back in every day. But he was outside, and just we'd see him and we'd pet him and stuff like that, but he didn't want to come in. And so they do. Animals grieve just like we do, and it's important to remember that, because it's easy to sort of set that aside, especially when we're grieving ourselves. Like, I know I'm going through tons, but my daughters are going through tons too, and we just try to be there for each other. They're very good to me, and I hope that I'm helping them as well as they're helping me, and I know they're there for each other, which we're lucky that they have that. And but I hope everybody has a really beautiful night, and I will get part 2 out there probably tomorrow. I will finish the voice thing over tomorrow and then get that out, but I'll get this one out later tonight. You have a good one. Take care.